Hello and welcome to episode 84 of the Accountant Success Secrets podcast. I'm Mark Lee, mentor, speaker, debunker for accountants and founder of the Soul Practice Club.
And I'm Philippa Haynes, brand strategist for accountants and bookkeepers, helping you to stand out for all the right reasons.
Each week we talk to another accountant or bookkeeper who we think their journey can inspire others in practice.
Everyone we speak to is different backgrounds, different goals, different reasons for going solo.
So we explore their story, the highs, the lows, and the lessons learned, what makes them tick and what others can take away.
Yeah, and our goal is always the same, which is useful insights that you can apply straight away to your business.
And if you'd like to share your story in a future episode, do get in touch. We're now lining up guests for January, ideally not anyone expecting to struggle with the January rush, obviously.
Yeah, so in our 68th interview, we are delighted to introduce Kasia Machalinski, the multi-award-winning founder of Prevail Accountancy, based in Rochdale. Originally from Poland, Kasia has a master's degree in economics and is a CIMA-qualified accountant. Along with her small team, they focus almost exclusively on supporting the construction sector. Kasia is passionate about business planning, project costing, forecasting, and management accounting, delivering real-time information to support her clients' business performance. Away from work, she enjoys rock climbing and mountain biking, and we're going to hear all about that and her accident, which sounds horrendous. But apart from that, she spends nearly every weekend in the mountains with her two teenage children.
Welcome, Kasia. I know the oldest is 20 now, but yeah, as I said, teenage. What would you like to add to that introduction?
I think, Philippa, you said it all. I can also add that, yes, I also enjoy swimming. I swim nearly every morning.
Oh, my goodness.
I'm getting ready for my Ocean Man swim in June 2026.
Oh goodness. But I want to hear more about this. But before we go any further, we need to thank our sponsor of the podcast, Pinnacle Global Group, the trusted offshoring partner to over 150 accounting and bookkeeping firms across the UK and Ireland, led by London-based chartered accountant Mayank Pandya. They've got offices in London and Mumbai and a team of over 300 professionals. Pinnacle provides both compliance resourcing from accountants, bookkeepers and payroll to tax and audit associates. Also value-added support, including management accountants, virtual finance controllers, financial analysts and more. So they're GDPR compliant, ISO certified, covered by professional indemnity insurance and offer flexible models, full-time, part-time or pay as you go. And you can even start with a trial period to join their sponsored trip to Mumbai to meet the rest of the team in person. That sounds highly recommended to me. So find out more at www.pinnacleoss.co.uk or click the link wherever you're listening to this podcast.
Also supporting the podcast is the Tax Advice Network. Their website enables accountants to choose specific specialist tax advisors for general tax support or for help across any of over 100 areas of tax. It's free to use. You just pay the tax advisor that you choose after agreeing terms with them, whether that's for ad hoc advice or a regular tax clinic type support service. Go take a look at their website, findataxadvisor.online, where you can also register to get their weekly tax tips, which are written especially for general practitioner accountants.
And finally, before we start the interview, a reminder, you can also support the podcast and get exclusive bonus content by subscribing on Patreon.
Just download the Patreon app, subscribe, and you'll get the bonus episodes through your usual podcast player. The details are in the show notes.
Right, let's get back to Kasia though, because we've got a lot to get through, because we like to keep the podcast to around 30 minutes and we have a few key questions.
Yeah, so I'll go first then. If we go back to the start, Kasia, how and why did you come to set up your own accounting practice?
Yes, so if we go back, we need to go back to 2007, really, and back to my divorce, which I'm not going to get into detail. However, before that, in 2005, me and my ex-husband, we were running a company It was a construction company, and we had many people on site, lots of subcontractors. There was a time when we had even 70 or 80 subcontractors on site working for companies like Balfour Beatty and Lovell.
Wow.
And what happened? Yes, in 2010, we had that crunch. We had, problems. Anyway, we parted our ways. However, many subcontractors stayed with me because I've done my chartered accountancy exams. I became chartered management accountant, and I continued helping and supporting construction companies. And this is the beginning. I had no choice. They were coming to me, and then it was purely through word of mouth when I've been recommended to different construction companies, and that's how it started. That's
how absolutely wonderful.
yeah.
Yeah, it's so obviously you've got a lot going on now. Tell us a little bit about kind of the focus that you've got into, because obviously you're construction, but you were also saying that it's all around the kind of advisory, and you've even got some software that you've developed too. So tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah, so if we actually talk about advisory, it was a long route because trying to get into advisory, into be this, as we say now, it's very trendy, yes, fractional finance director. So it took me 16 years, and I know there are some stories that overnight success. Yes, we start the business and here we go. 1 year later, we are finance advisors. It doesn't happen this way. I've been working for small companies. I've been doing lots of bookkeeping, lots of working on Sage 50 for like 7 years. However, in my head, at the back of my head, all my work I was doing, I knew that those companies need real-time information. So immediately when Xero came into the market, it was back like 2012, I decided, okay, I'm going for it. So by 2013, I was already certified partner with Xero, offering this cloud, a real-time solution. And for small companies, I was telling them, listen, you need planning, you need budgets, you need control your projects, you need this, you need that. However, many small companies, they didn't want to listen. I even have a good story with my customer, and I've been now fractional finance director for the last 6 years. However, it started the way that I forced them to have a budget. So I actually prepared budget for them against their will and wish. And during our board meeting, I said, oh, by the way, I have prepared a budget for you for the next year. I know you may not like it. I know you said you so against this. However, why not we have a look? And for the last 4 years, we can't live without that. I need to prepare the budget, and it's really a major thing. Yeah, with controlling. And then I found the tracking categories, controlling projects, and I realized that working with very small companies, the bookkeeping, small little companies, I was doing lots of advisory work for free because they weren't, well, I didn't understand what I was offering. I didn't really have clear strategy. I didn't have clear visually I didn't express what I actually offer. Everything was accounting. Everything was like that. So I was working with a nice person from my CIMA network, Fiona, and she helped me a lot. And when I started to actually articulate, oh, okay, this is bookkeeping, this is financial, this is compliance. However, informing you about your business profits and the cash flow and the project control, and preparing the budget for you, this is something above that. Yes. Yeah. So that when things started shifted, then I really slowly, and it was hard work, started getting into my financial advisory role. I've got also I've got a few good stories for that. Anyway, it was hard work to enter this market that I wanted. Took me 10 years.
Yeah. How did you keep going then? Because 10 years is a long time, isn't it, really?
I kept going. I had small little children. I was a single mom, and they gave me lots of strength, lots of resilience. And initially, I was doing everything myself. I had only one person employed, and doing everything yourself is obviously a recipe for a disaster.
Yep.
So maybe not like a disaster, but if you do everything yourself for the company, if you want to work with bigger company, they see you as just a sole person working. Not every company will see you that reliable. You want to see a team with you, because team is strength.
Yeah. So I mean, thinking about those 10 years then, have you got to where you expected to? Has the journey been the one that you anticipated, or are you somewhere that you never really imagined you'd be now?
Philippa, if I didn't read the book, God and the Game, Dan Sullivan and Benjamin Hardy. Anyway, I recommend that book. It's brilliant. We always chase the horizon. Yes, we chase the horizon, and we never reach the horizon, because you reach certain level, and the horizon move and shifts. So it's very important to measure backwards and see how far you've come.
Yeah.
And if I said years ago, I want to be the best management accountant in the country, and then I got awards years later, it's like dreams do come true. If you want, you do what you do at the best of yourself. You give the best of yourself, it will come. So the mission for my company is to offer construction SMEs financial freedom without struggle, and I do believe I'm there. However, I'm still building my team, and the main vision for the business is to become a market leader, is to become an Apple in the construction SMEs. This is the vision which I'm getting to.
And I love the fact that you have that very clear, I'll say focus, some people would say niche. It's a big enough sector to focus on, to have clarity, and to build your reputation and credibility in.
Yes.
Have you found that the awards you've won, have they helped open doors or not?
Oh, that's one of the story. Yes, the award, being shortlisted by Zero as Innovative Partner of the Year, just to do the shortlist, and being on their website, and winning obviously Accounting Excellence Awards, opened door to my biggest customer. And I did total business process improvement transformation to this customer. And the way they actually approached me through Zero website, because I was award winning. Yes. They basically sent me email. So they sent me email. Can you help us fix Zero? And then I asked for, okay, can you be more specific? What do I would need to have a look into what do you want to fix? It appeared that company needed a full business process improvement. It wasn't just Zero. It was eliminating tons of Excel spreadsheets, learning new systems. For me, it was 10 times massive. And inside, when you go for the challenge, when you think, oh, can I actually be finance director for this company? In your head, it's like, is that thinking, can I do it? And you've got lots of doubts. But when you actually say, yes, I can do it, you can. You can.
Well, I think that's true, as long as you have sufficient experience and expertise, which you obviously do.
Yes.
unfortunately, there's a lot of motivational gurus out there who say if you think it and want it and go for it and do it and believe it, you can succeed, but not if you don't have enough experience and expertise.
Exactly. So there is, and this is so good, Mark, that you're saying that, because, for example, when I employ chartered accountants, and then we'll be working towards you becoming fractional finance director. Yes, but you need to get your hands on bookkeeping. You need to know what's going on down there, because if you work with a bookkeeping team, you need to know how to train them, the way that the process works. If you don't know this process to the core, then you will be eaten for breakfast.
Yeah.
Because those companies, they family, if we see my target is that sweet spot, those lions. I call my customers all lions. They want to achieve so much, between 500,000 and 10 million. Construction SMEs, ambitious companies, they want to go there, they want to grow 2 million to. They have finance team that you need to help them how to do things. They are not looking for consultants who come and say, oh, you need to do this, this, and that. Thank you very much. See you in 1 month when you do it. You actually need to do it. Kevin Griffin from Passive Solution, one of my major customer, he said, Kasia, you're the first finance director who actually gets her hands dirty.
Yeah.
And that's the key.
That's
so
what I love.
know your stuff. Know your stuff.
It's so important, and particularly in the construction sector. And I understand why you focus on the budgeting and the forecasting side of things, because we see and hear so many construction businesses going under because they've overtraded, or they weren't budgeting correctly, or they weren't staffing up or reducing staff or whatever. And with somebody like you and your team at Prevail supporting them, I'm quite sure that more of them stay in business for longer and profitable than would otherwise be the case.
Yes, exactly. Because if profits go down, there must be a reason. So if we have construction specialists, we can see, profits are going down. Why they go down? And it appears that, because the contractor pays for salaries when there is no work. Well, we have cut right away. And we had that situation last year. One of customer was losing profits. They had to let many people go from the business. However, right now the profits skyrocket.
Brilliant. And of course, your software helps them budget correctly when they're quoting for jobs, doesn't it? So that they.
Yes. Regarding the software, I don't have it yet. We're working towards beta. The software will be tracking cash flow for every single project in real time.
Yeah.
However, the software I help them implement, zero tracking categories, Dext, using these tools, Fathom for monitoring and controlling, that helps construction companies to control the projects in real time.
Yeah, and the spreadsheets that you're using at the moment, pending the software coming on board. What else have you learned along the way that helped get you to where you are now, and that perhaps others can learn from too?
Well, I've learned the most important thing is to show up even if there is no motivation.
Yeah.
Because there is one thing, there is lots of this, as you said, motivation gurus. Yes. I think there is many. It's like talking about good weather athletes. If an athlete, world champions, if they were only athletes for good weather and when only running when it's sunny outdoor, especially United Kingdom, we would have no athletes. I think being consistent is the key.
So don't be a fair weather accountant.
Exactly, don't be a fair weather accountant, and even that's why when I have board meetings, because we have board meetings with my customers, and what they like about the board meetings is like, that's my saying: do not give up. we've got all the tools to spot red flags in real time. So as long as they spot it in real time, just be consistent in what you do.
Yeah.
As long as you're good and consistent, you specialize in what you do, believe in that.
Yeah, I'd like to just discuss your personal motivation as well, and the accident, and because I mean, there's one thing sort of showing up in business, but I think in the background you have to be that person who gets things done. And I mean, it sounds to me like your regime, daily even, keeps you going. So tell everybody a little bit about this, because it's really it's fascinating, I think.
Okay.
It's not a little mad. No, it's great. It's good.
Okay, so I wake up between 5 and 5:30 every morning, and I'm doing 15 to 20 minutes meditation, which is breathing, which is focus on breath. There is a very good book called Altered Traits by Daniel Goleman, which I highly recommend if you want to find out more about how meditation changes the mind. And after that, I go for a 2-kilometer swim, or I go for a run or a yoga. It's my morning routine, which I do every morning, every single day. And okay, I've got days when I need rest. Yes. So then however, I still do my meditation, maybe like a short walk. But why I do it, because it's my anchor for the day. It puts me in that, okay, I'm ready for the day. And it also gives a sign to my mind that everything will be okay. So my mind I can trust. My mind trusts me, and I trust my mind. Obviously, we can't think of like we blindly going into something. Okay, I'm now going to spend more than I have. Yes, no. It's that mind, being mindful. It obviously works both ways. Discipline works both ways.
But you were saying as well that it's about this idea of routine as well. This
Yes.
kind of it's not always hoping. It's actually developing behaviors and routines that get you to where you need to get.
Exactly, because that builds routine. Right now, if I would wake up in the morning and did nothing, that feels so uncomfortable that I can't possibly imagine a day without having that my daily ritual of morning meditation. Like this morning already, I did my quite short meditation because I woke up quite late, and I did a 2-kilometer swim. And I feel great, ready for the podcast.
And Kasia, were you as focused as that before the accident in 2020?
Yes, yes, that's why I survived.
Yeah, tell us about it, because I didn't know about this. It's
yes, it was a serious accident in 2020, 28th of February. So me and my climbing club, we decided to go to Scotland for a week. The weather was all right in the morning. However, we chose to climb on west face of Annachmore in Scotland, which that day was supposed to be quite safe, but it wasn't. So we had to still cross the mountain, go down, and go towards the climbing side of the mountain. And we decided not to climb. We decided to go back because the weather collapsed. Snowstorm, massive winds, like 40-mile-per-hour winds. Wow. So we decided to go back, and on the way back, we still had to climb back to the top, not like the same top, but climb up and across the mountain to Gondola Station. So what happened on the way up is that the snow moved, and my friend that I was with from the climbing club, he fell with the snow. He died instantly. When I fall back on rocks over 100 meters, hitting rocks, I broke my sacrum, broke my back, and I had partly torn ligaments, some holes in my head because my ice axes were attached to the harness. However, when I landed, I stayed very calm. I was shouting Andy because I couldn't see him. Initially, decision was to go down, but I've read many books in the past, like Arts of Freedom, Wojciech Kurtyka, Touching the Void. And those people survived much worse situation that I thought. I didn't know my back was broken. So I didn't know many injuries I had. I wasn't aware of them. However, I was very calm. And the way I saw myself was I'm a mountaineer. Yes. I don't think there was any motivation then. There was that thinking, well, I know what's up there, so I'm going to climb back. So I climbed back 150 meters up on ice and turf. I found how to climb. Because that was in my mind, that decision. Was it from the habits? Was it from what I've been doing my whole life? It was me, and I could do it. So that made me do it. I climbed back. I managed, after 4.5 hours, I actually got to one of the ski lift operator hoods. It was, again, long story. I would just spend 1 hour here talking.
Yeah.
I managed to climb to the top, and when the wind was pushing me and I started falling, I thought, oh, I'm on the top. Oh, wow, fantastic. So I was in a very bad situation, but at the same time, I was very happy. And always then when I was talking about this later, I would say, be happy with small milestones that you do in the way. Whether you achieve something, be happy from, oh, you've achieved this part, celebrate that.
That's
on that mountain, I celebrated every single stone I passed. I passed it.
That is great advice and drawn from a real situation of adversity.
Yes.
Well, and translatable to all aspects of life.
And I'm sure
even for those of us never likely to climb a mountain.
No, this kind of leads me to mistakes, which that wasn't a mistake. That was actually you did the right thing. You carried on and stuff. But what else have you learned from some of the adversity or some of the mistakes that you made?
Yeah, exactly. When we talk about mistakes, I don't see mistakes anymore as mistakes. I see them like things that happen for me.
Yeah.
So and that's lots of thanks to the accident as well, but also lots of many books that I continue read. I read lots of books. Things happen not to me but for me. So if something like I lost two team members within last 1 year, I had to build my team back, which was really hard. And what could I do? Sit and victimize myself or say, oh, beat myself for? I just sat down and thought, okay, I can only learn, move on. So if something happened and we think we made a mistake, don't beat yourself up for that mistake. Don't victimize yourself, because the moment when we look for someone who is guilty, like, oh, he said this, he said that, oh, my partner left me, oh, you can find, when you put that guilt in someone, that takes your energy out of you and makes that other person rule your life.
Yeah.
So my big lesson is like, keep it here. This is my experience. This is my lesson. This is my life. And I can change it the way I want, not cry over it, but change it. And so that's why I'm not scared of falling at all. I'm not, because if something happens, it happens for me. And it means maybe it wasn't the right direction. I work on, obviously, self-growth, because it's not like, oh, love yourself, you're the best. Okay, we need to appreciate who we are, but learn on our mistakes and become better version of ourselves. That's the accident really made me realize that mistake. Do not find guilt in anyone, no matter what happens.
I love it. It's a great lesson, and we're sadly moving to the end of the podcast. Philippa, having heard all that, and just before I ask Kasia to share her contact details, what would you say makes Prevail Accounting, Kasia's firm, unique and successful?
Well, I have a bit of a head start here because I've had chats with Kasia before, and I was just reviewing her website again based on a conversation I had. She's a tough cookie. You are a tough, resilient, strong person, which goes really well with construction. I mean, if you look at her website now, it's got the mountains in the background and the construction stuff. It's kind of, the message is there, you know, it really is. And her personal and professional really kind of merged together, which is what I would always talk, you know, advise people to say, you know, what is it about you that kind of drives the way that you live your life? And I think Kasia is a really good example of that.
Yeah.
Oh, thank you.
There you go.
And I love the fact that the 3 tiers of service you offer are related to mountaineering as well. I think that's utterly glorious.
Yeah.
Kasia, how can listeners find out more about you and Prevail?
How can listeners? Well, visit my website, connect with me on LinkedIn. How can I share my profile?
We'll link to it in the podcast notes.
Okay. Yes. Or give me a call.
And the website is Prevail.
Prevail Accountancy.
.co.uk. Yes.
Yeah, lovely. And thank you for that. In our bonus interview for Patreon subscribers only, we'll ask you to talk about the biggest challenges that you're currently facing, how you're addressing them, and how you're integrating AI in your practice. But before that, Philippa, how can listeners find out more about you and Insight 101?
So the best way to find me is on LinkedIn, which is where we're streaming at the moment. So hopefully that will be an easy win. And I'm all about kind of your brand, your story, your message, a little bit like Kasia. How do you pull it all together to reveal the type of service and support that you can offer your clients? So if you feel that actually you're not totally kind of buttoned down and know what it is that makes you unique, then please get in touch with me. And Mark, what about you? How can people find you?
My website is bookmarklee.co.uk. My business cards are Bookmark. On LinkedIn, I'm Bookmark Lee or Mark Lee FCA. I know running a practice can feel lonely, even when things look fine. If you want clarity, better clients, or calmer days, I'm always happy to have a conversation, and no pressure ever. And do please connect with both Philippa and me on LinkedIn, and follow the podcast on LinkedIn, Facebook, and Patreon.
Sadly, that's all we have time for today on the main podcast. Thank you very much, Kasia. We'll be talking a little bit more for 10 minutes or so. Looking forward to that. Our thanks again to the sponsors of the podcast, Pinnacle Global Group, your trusted outsourcing partner. Do check out their website and let their CEO, Mayank, know that you heard about them through the podcast.
Yeah. And thanks too to the Tax Advice Network, the easiest way for accountants to reach specialist tax advisors. Remember, there's no charge for using the website findataxadvisor.online, where you can also access their weekly tax tips written especially for general practitioner accountants.
Yep. So if you've enjoyed this episode, please share the love, subscribe, share, and leave a review. It makes a real difference. And also contact myself and Mark if you'd like to be interviewed on a future podcast in 2026.
Thanks so much, Philippa. Thanks again to our wonderful guest, Kasia. Our guest next week will be Rachel Chadwick Harrison, who runs Chadwick Accountants in Bidford on Devon. Before then, we're going to get further insights from Kasia for our Patreon subscribers. So please head over to the Patreon page, patreon.com/accountants success secret. And it's singular over there, I'm afraid. That's where you'll hear about the biggest challenges that Kasia's currently facing and her approach to them, and also how she's integrating AI into her practice. Otherwise, until next week or anywhere else we might meet online or in real life, bye-bye for now.
See you soon.